Hello and welcome back to one of my videos, and today I'm going to be doing some Q&As. So some of you put forward some questions and I will try to answer them as best as I can. So in the background here I am going to be making a Union Jack slime. Just so you wondered, I've got a lovely cloud dough slime base and it's already scented with vanilla. And try and figure out how I'm going to assemble a Union Jack running through the slime in an 8-ounce pot. So on to the Q&As. I'm going to start with some questions that came up on Instagram. And first up we have a question from Magic Dragon Slime. Which of your slime creations are you proudest of? Wow, that is such a tough question. I reckon probably sticking in my mind are the most recent. I did a lime spritzer which is clear. An image will pop up here. And it has a lime slime cabochon, some jelly cube sponges for ice cubes, some slithers of green foam, and some micro beads to be bubbles, and it's very slightly scented with lime. Not too heavily, just very subtle, and it just looks the job. A friend of mine said she thought it was a G&T. So it's not, it's a lime spritzer and it's in the shop now. So next up, x.darcyc.x, your favourite slime tips? Ooh, well, I would say that a good slime definitely has more than just a glue and activator base. It has to have hand cream in it, preferably some baby oil and a little bit of hand soap and sometimes some shaving cream. And you really do have to find your own way with slime according to the glue base that you're using. Different glues react in different ways. I always use activator, which is Borax 1 teaspoon to 1 cup or 250 mils of warm water for all my slime bases, and the rest is kind of just, you know, find your way really. And you can always save slimes by using glycerin. If it's really tough, that's a good way of melting a slime, or soap. And if it's too runny, just use activator, sometimes a bit of shaving foam. That should do the trick. And I would say to anybody selling slime, really go for it with colours and scents, because that is so much part of the experience now. If you get a slime in your package that's got no scent at all and you don't know what it is or what the theme is, it's sometimes a bit disappointing. So just make sure that whatever your slime creation is, it's a bit more innovative and interesting, and don't leave it bland. So next up, my lovely friend Steph Chalkley. Hi there, hun. Which is my most favourite slime to make? Oh, that's a really hard question too, but I have to say actually I'm really enjoying doing cloud twists. So I get some cloud dough and I do a combination of colours and I roll them up much like I'm doing now and make twists out of them, and they're really good in 7-ounce pots, and I love flecking them with Fimo fruit pieces or glitter chunks or hearts, things like that. It just makes it really pretty to receive in the post, and it's so nice to mix. So I'm really enjoying doing those, and they're really creative. So yeah, I think that's probably at the moment my favourite slime to make, but there are several that spring to mind, but that's definitely top of the list at the moment. And next up, x.ellie_2004.x. She asked a few questions. Fluffy or soft serve? I think I'd go with soft serve if that is sort of a butter slime, I think. Or is it a cream cheese slime? Does it have corn flour in it? Not sure. But yeah, I do really like slimes with a bit of added texture. I've got a question for you guys. Who decides what these slimes are called? That's what I'd love to know. Like, who made up the rule book? There's a big question. Let me know below. And least favourite slime? Oh, that's hard. I think maybe shop bought slimes. They just disappoint me so much. They're just not pokeable, they've got no click, and they're just a bit boring. They don't have sense, they're not imaginative. I prefer homemade slimes by slime sellers on Instagram and Etsy and on YouTube. Favourite recipe? Well, I've just said what I like in a base slime, adding lots of the right ingredients to condition the slime, make it nice and stretchy, and I think my favourite slime recipe that I've been making lately is probably going to be like a bread slime, so mixing a cloud slime and a butter slime, yeah, I think that texture is really good fun. It has lots of little bubbles in it, it's very smooth and spreadable. It's like handing dough, but elastic and stretchy and lots of pop and click, and I think there's so much more fun to be had with that recipe, so watch out for some of that to come in my shop soon. So yeah, probably bread slimes are my favourite recipe. So otherwise, if you meant as a base slime recipe, I was first inspired by Gillian Bowers about 3 years ago, watching one of her videos, and I'll provide a link to that video below so you can see the recipe I'm talking about. And Ellie, you did ask another question. Do you enjoy making or playing with the slime? Yes, I do. It's so creative. I'm a naturally creative type. I was originally a painter, so I already had loads of paints and materials and things, so I was raring to go. My daughter got into it and got me into it, so I helped her make them, and then we just started to come up with really exciting ideas for themes. They always seem to be food based with slime, so sweets and cakes and drinks and all sorts. So I love it because it helps me be creative. Sometimes I suffer with anxiety, so it just helps me to focus on the here and now and just lets all those negative thoughts and anxious thoughts disappear. And I have quite a few customers who are adults. I know there are a lot of children out there who think slime is just for kids, and a lot of adults as well, but actually I've had lots of customers who suffer anxiety who shop for slime, some of them with autism, some of them with ADHD, and it just helps them to focus and calm down and forget their troubles and just focus on texture, colour, scent, and there's a lot of therapy to be gained from that. And it's already scientific known that ASMR has a type of therapy that the human brain responds to, some more than others, but I love it because it helps me be creative, and that's what I gain the most from slime. I don't tend to play with it as such because I'm constantly busy making and selling, so I don't tend to play with slime in my spare time because I handle it so much with my job running a shop, so I get so much satisfaction from that, and I love it, and I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't love it. And I'm just so pleased that running a shop, selling this, is making people happy, so I'm going to keep doing it. And that's a really good question. Thank you so much, Ellie, for all your wonderful questions. So I'm going to move on to YouTube questions now. And this is from Darcy1. Thank you for all your comments on my videos. Any alternatives to clay, fake snow, beads, etc.? Well, there's a ton of ingredients out there, so how about sand? I do use sand in one of my recipes. It's a cookie dough and it's amazing, and in fact it just adds a lot of sort of flecks of different colours like glitter would throughout a white based slime, and it makes it denser, and you can add as little or as much as you like, and it affects the texture and the density. The more you add, the heavier your slime gets, and it starts to get really interesting. And I haven't added as much as a kinetic sand would require because I've just enjoyed the slime stage too much to get that far, but you can get some amazing textures with sand, so I really would recommend that. And you can also add chunky glitter. You can get that from various shops in the UK, especially around Christmas time. Just add a load of that chunky glitter to a slime and it makes it really crunchy like a snow fizz. I know you can use plastic snow instead of instant snow, so it doesn't expand when you add water, but that adds a lot of texture to slime and makes it interesting and holdable, so you can mould it into a snowball shape, and it gives it a slightly glittery touch as well. And instead of beads, well, there's just so many things you can add to slime, and I've been doing some ASMR videos and I might do a few more, so watch out for some of those to come. Otherwise, thank you Darcy1 for an excellent question, and I will show you as much as I can of alternative ingredients for slime. And finally, I have quite a big question from Jason Luigi. Hello, can you make a video where you explain all the health and safety of slime and explaining how to use borax in a safe way in detail, please? Right now I'm stopping slime because I'm scared of borax. Oh, that is the biggest question of all, and I will try to answer it in brief, but I think it requires another video, to be honest. So I would say that there are alternatives to borax if you're not sure about it, and there's quite a few products that are available in the UK off the shelf. Elmer's Magical Liquid, and that's available off the shelf from WH Smith's, and I'm going to go into some detail in another video about ingredients for this because it doesn't actually really explain what the ingredients are, I have to be honest, but I will show that in another video. And there's contact lens solution, which contains borax. There is a lot of information about borax available on the internet, and it's available to purchase on the internet. It's not available to purchase in the UK off the shelf in stores, but it's interesting that it is in contact lens solution, which people put straight into their eyes. So like you, Jason, as a seller, I was very anxious to find out some answers and make sure that I was selling above board, not selling anything untoward. And I have actually been in touch with the trading standards of the UK to let them know what I'm selling. And from what I've gleaned from their response, it's really important to label your product and ingredients, and certainly to label activator provided as a solution with the recommended hazard labels, i.e. do not swallow, etc., which you can find online. Go and visit their site. So Jason, definitely approach them directly yourself, get an answer for yourself. Don't take my permission because I'm no authority here. But I've done my research, I've approached them, and I would not be selling this if I thought for any second that this was hazardous. But definitely list your ingredients and make sure that you put children should be supervised at all times. I hope that's been helpful. I could go into more detail, but I think it's just such a huge subject. But I would certainly advise, do your research, get your information, make an informed decision, and definitely label your products. That's 100% the way to go. And certainly to everyone else out there, supervise children at all times. So finally, I would say to sellers out there, do your homework, approach trading standards, let them know what you're doing, make sure that they are aware. I hope that this video has been helpful. So I'm just going to show you a few shots to conclude and show you what this wonderful Union Jack slime looks like finished. And my next video, I'm going to be showing some popsicle slimes that are available in my shop. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and to subscribe, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye!